Have you ever asked yourself, can you get every single Paragon in Bloons TD 6 to degree 100 in a single game? Well, dudes, that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. We are going to be attempting to get every single Paragon in Bloons TD 6 to Paragon degree 100 in a single game. So in order to accomplish this, we are going to need to use Geraldo as our hero. So the first thing I want to do with my hero, Jerry, is I actually want to buy our Quincy totem here. That way we can go ahead and sell this later on in the game. We'll go ahead and place it right here. And then the next thing I want to do is I want to start going for farms because we are going to be needing a lot of money. Because I want to get Jerry to max level as soon as I possibly can. That way we can start buying the totems because the totems are going to be really expensive. And it's just going to be a lot of money early game to set us up for the late game. All right, so here's our first farm. And I'm actually going to be doing my farming similar to what I do for boss events. We're going to be going with a bunch of 200 farms up into marketplaces. Then we'll go for banana research facilities because I think that's one of the quickest ways to make a bunch of money fast, especially since we're playing on easy mode. I chose easy mode because we are going to be going to super late game, and by super late game I mean we're probably going to end up going to like round 350 or maybe even round 400 depending on how much money we can get at a certain point in the game. All right, dudes, I'm going to get a bunch of farms set up, and I'm going to fast forward to round 63 when we should have a bunch of our farms set up. All right, so on round 63, I ended up buying a bunch of central markets. On top of that, I went with a bunch of flavored trades because we need to start getting some money or pops with our flavored trades as well as our monkey buccaneers in general, because we obviously need to go for a Paragon degree 100 Navarch of the Seas. And this one's probably going to take us the longest to get because it's going to need to collect a bunch of money in order to count as pops towards the Paragon degree 100. So now that we have all of these central markets, let's go ahead and grab ourselves one Monkey Wall Street. And then we'll go ahead and start going for a bunch of banana research facilities after this. On top of that, we're also going to grab ourselves the Crossbow Master. That way we can start getting some pops on our dart monkeys in order to get the Apex Plasma Master first. All right, dudes, currently we are on round 77. In order to make sure that we can get all of our Paragons to degree 100, the first thing we need to do is we need to max out Geraldo to level 20. That way we can start buying these Paragon totems. So let's go ahead and start buying these because for each Paragon, we're going to need 45 of these. So it's going to take us 45 rounds in order to buy all of these totems as long as we don't forget about them. So on round 122, we should have all of the Paragon totems needed in order to get our first Paragon to degree 100. The most important thing about the Paragon totems is just remembering to buy them every single round. As long as we don't forget to buy them every single round, we'll be good to go. All right, dudes, I'm going to go ahead and bring you back on round 122. And so far, we have all 45 Paragon totems needed to get our first Paragon degree 100. The only problem is that none of our towers are even remotely close to the 16.2 million pops needed in order to get that Paragon degree 100. So I think what I want to do for my first Paragon is going to be Navarch of the Seas. Now, in order to make up for the fact that we have nowhere near enough money spent on our Navarch of the Seas, we're actually going to add more Paragon totems to make up for the lack of money we have spent on our towers. So originally it takes 34,420 Monkey Buccaneers in order to have enough money spent on the tower in order to get the Paragon degree 100. So like I was saying, we're going to subsidize that with the Paragon totems because it's going to be the hardest tower for us to get the Paragon degree 100 due to the fact that there's not a lot of water on this map, so we're not able to place like a bunch of monkey buccaneers to make up for all that money that we needed spent on the tower. So the amount of Paragon totems that I'm probably going to add, I'm probably going to go up until like round 140 150 and add around another 20 Paragons to hopefully make up for the fact that we don't have enough money spent. And in that time, our defense is probably going to start falling short around round 140. So probably around 140, we're going to grab ourselves like a Flying Fortress to start getting pops for our Goliath doomship. All right, so let's go ahead and grab ourselves our Flying Fortress. And then, now that we have our Flying Fortress, let's go ahead and overclock our Flying Fortress to give us, or to give our Flying Fortress a little bit more pops. And then I'm also probably going to want to grab myself like a Legend of the Night and then like place the Legend of the Night like towards the back of the map. We will be going for a Vengeful Sun God, but that's going to be later on in the game. The only reason why I want to buy the Legend of the Night is that way, in case any balloons end up slipping by, we don't need to worry about losing because, of course, the Legend of the Night has that special ability. And then another tower I'm going to buy really quick. I'm going to buy myself a Ninja Monkey, and with this Ninja Monkey, we're going to upgrade it up to Grand Saboteur. because what this tower does is it does a percentage-based damage. So this is the tower that will passively collect pops over the next like 120 rounds. And then the next thing I want to do is I also want to grab some other tier 5s of the other Paragons. That way we can start getting some pops on the other towers as well, because I will primarily be focusing on getting all the pops on our Monkey Ace and our Apex Plasma Master to start, but we're still a ways away from being able to do so. So we're just going to go ahead and play a little bit casual to start with. All right, so round 146. So we have all 20 Paragon totems that I wanted to buy for the Navarch to make up for that missing cash. All right, so here we are. All right, so Paragon degree 100. We don't even have to worry if we had enough sacrifices. Perfect. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to wait another 45 rounds. So around round 191, we'll be able to sacrifice for probably the Goliath doomship. Then after the Goliath doomship, we'll work towards probably the Apex, because we should be getting pretty close with the Apex as well. But the Goliath doomship is definitely going to be the first one that we're going to be able to upgrade to a Paragon. And then we're getting really close to the point where we no longer need to have farms. So we'll also be selling our farms probably on around like 160. So we're actually doing extremely well. Again, the only thing that's going to be holding us back are these darn totems. All right, so here we are at the end of round 190. We have our 45 Paragon totems. Then let's go ahead and sell all of our farms. I said I was going to sell them on round 160, but I just wanted to make sure I had enough cash. And with 13 million, I think we have more than enough money in order to buy every single Paragon as well as every single tower in the game. So we no longer need any cash. So let's go ahead and get rid of all of these. That way we can just focus on placing all of our towers. All right, so in order to get the Goliath doomship, we needed 16 million pops, and we are well over the 16 million pops. So the next thing we're going to need is we are going to need a bunch of other Monkey Aces upgraded to a 204. So one thing that changed about the Paragons that I just noticed is that in order to get a Paragon degree 100, we need 100 tiers worth of upgrades. So in order to do that, we're going to need a lot of these 204 Spectres, because the 204 Spectres only count as 6 upgrades. So in order to count for the full 100 upgrades, we are going to need, I believe, 16.6. So we'll just go ahead and grab ourselves 17 Spectres upgrade to a 204 in order to make up for those 100 tiers needed as a sacrifice for the Paragons. All right, so there's our 17 Spectres, and then the last thing we need to do, we need to grab ourselves a Sky Shredder, and we also need to grab ourselves a Sarbamba. Then let's go ahead and grab the other 2 tiers here. Perfect. Now, if we did everything correctly, our Goliath doomship should be Paragon degree 100. We have the 45 totems. We have all the necessary sacrifices. So let's cross our fingers, and there we go, dudes. Paragon degree 100 Goliath doomship. We absolutely crushed it. All right, so the next thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and set his targeting. We'll add ourselves a tech bot to go ahead and make sure that the Goliath doomship activates whenever a balloon gets within range. So we'll set an ambush point probably right here. And then once the balloons get over here, the Goliath doomship will go ahead and automatically drop its bombs. So the next thing we're going to work on is getting the Ascended Shadow Paragon degree 100. So in order to do that, we need to go ahead and work on grabbing ourselves another 45 Paragon totems, another 45 rounds. So round 235, I'll see you guys then. All right, dudes, here we are at the end of round 235. We have the 45 Paragon totems. We also have all of the sacrifices necessary for the Ascended Shadow. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab our Ascended Shadow, and hopefully we get the Paragon degree 100, and there we go. There is a Paragon degree 100 Ascended Shadow. Perfect. So now the next thing we're going to do, because our towers are starting to ride the struggle bus a little bit, what I want to do is I want to grab myself a Vengeful Sun God as well. So I'm going to go ahead and grab all the sacrifices necessary for that, and I'll bring you guys back in just a second. All right, so there we go. We have all the sacrifices necessary for the Vengeful Sun God. So let's go ahead and grab it really quick. And there's our Vengeful Sun God. So the next thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and buff my Vengeful Sun God. So I'll grab a support temple for the Vengeful Sun God. We'll go ahead and place it right here. And then we'll go ahead and grab all the sacrifices for that. All right, and there's our support temple. So let's go ahead and give it super range and then epic range. And let's go ahead and boost up our super monkey's range a little bit. There we go. And then let's go ahead and move the monkey village over here within range of our temples. We'll upgrade it up to Homeland Defense again. And then we'll go ahead and make sure that we have an ambush triggered tech bot to go ahead and activate whenever the balloons get within range of our Vengeful Sun God. And now we need to go ahead and move all of these towers back over here because I moved them out of range of our temple. That way they didn't get sacrificed, because it sure would have been a big shame if I lost the 11 million pops on the crossbow master because of an easy mistake that I could have avoided. So let's go ahead and fast forward to round 280, and I'll bring you guys back as soon as we're there. All right, so here we are at the end of round 280. We're going to be buying our last Paragon totem. And if we did everything correctly, we should have a Paragon degree 100 Magus perfectus. And cross our fingers again. And Paragon degree 100 Magus perfectus. Perfect. Now we have 3 Paragons left to go. We still have the Apex Plasma Master. We still have the Engineer Paragon, the Master Builder. And we also have the Glaive dominus left to get as well. So we're going to have another, what, 130 rounds? Oof. And just in case you guys were wondering, little fun fact, if you leave the rare Quincy action figure on the screen from start until round 280, your Quincy action figure is going to be worth to $6.3 million. Just a little bit of a fun fact about the rare Quincy action figure. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward another 45 rounds, and I'll see you guys in probably another hour. All right, dudes, so here we are at the end of round 325. We have our 45 Paragon totems. And now we're going to go ahead and grab the Engineer Paragon. Man, this is so annoying because I can't even AFK because I need to place down a Paragon totem every single round. So I need to sit here the entire time to make sure that I don't miss out on a Paragon totem, because if I miss out on one, then we're going to have to extend the game, and that's going to be super, super annoying. All right, so let's go ahead and grab our Master Builder. And Paragon degree 100, please. Paragon degree 100 and Paragon degree 100. Let's go, dudes. So we got ourselves another Paragon degree 100. Now the next thing we need to do, we need to go ahead and go another 45 rounds to get another 45 Paragon totems, all for the Glaive dominus, which is going to be super, super annoying because now the rounds are taking longer and longer and longer. So the next round where we're actually going to be able to buy a Paragon is going to be what? Round 370? And guys, a little bit of a heads up about this Quincy action figure. Currently it is worth $10 million, and I think this is the highest that it can go. So let's go ahead and sell our rare Quincy action figure for the $10 million, boosting our cash all the way up to $16.9 million, almost 17 million. So we're absolutely crushing it, and we have no worries with the money, which is why I'm overspending a little bit with the sacrifices, because I don't want to end up making a mistake and end up with like a Paragon degree 98 or Paragon degree 97. So for the rest of the sacrifices, the only thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be spending a lot of money on my sacrifices, again, so I don't mess it up. All right, dudes, so we have a little bit of a problem because I did a home reset because the balloons were making it a little bit further than I would have liked. So I wanted to restructure all of my towers. Now, every time I go to continue the save game, my game crashes. No, dudes, this is such... Oh, my goodness, bros. Oh, my goodness. Well, this is not the climax I was expecting. So I just spent the last 4 hours doing this, dudes. Oh, bro. All right, dudes. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep all of this in the video, and then I'll go through and I'll do another recording up until that point, and then I'll bring you guys back as soon as we're there. Oh, I can't believe I just did that. Whoa. All right, dudes, and we're back. We managed to salvage the video, I hope. I mean, dudes, it literally took me about 6 hours to get back to this point, because in the previous run, I didn't have all of these temples, and there wasn't as much flashy stuff going on the screen. So it was like smooth sailing all the way up until like round 300 when my game started to lag. But this time, it was round 220 when I started to lag, and it just took forever. I think the point we're at now is like taking between 15 to, well, actually not 15, maybe like 10 to 13 minutes around, and that's where the problem lies. I just so want this to be over and done with, but we still have another 40 rounds to go because we need to grab another 40 Paragon totems to get the Paragon degree 100 Apex Plasma Master. So let's go ahead and do it to it. We have everything set up for the Glaive dominus. Except for, no. Oh, I have to play another round to move my Glaive dominus over to the front of the track. That way it's actually helping out the rest of our towers. So give me 1 second, guys. I need to go ahead and move this tower over, and then you guys can go ahead and see exactly what I'm dealing with real quick. All right, so let's go ahead and fast forward this a bit. Oh man, it gets, oh dude, it's like, it's starting to get laggy. Give it a second. Give it a second. Oh yeah, here comes the frames, dudes. Here comes the frames. All right, so I'm gonna fast forward another 20 minutes. I'll see you guys here in just a second. All right, dudes, so I placed down a bunch of boomerang boys because I did not want to risk not being able to get the Paragon degree of 100 Glaive dominus. Oh my goodness, please let this be degree 100 because I really do not want to play. Actually, I'm gonna have to play more rounds anyway, so it doesn't matter. All right, so degree 100, please, please. Bro, is that just degree 99? No, bro. Oh no. Well, looks like we're gonna have to home reset. Dude. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. And good news, boys and girls, it did not crash. We are still good to go. All right, so let's get all of those boomers set up again. We don't have an issue with pops. I know that's not the issue. So I need to place down more boomers. I don't want to get rid of any of my temples though. The only reason why I didn't think we got the only reason why we didn't get the degree 100, odds are it's because we have a massive discount on all of our tier 4s that we're placing down. So I might need to sacrifice more temples, but if that's not the case, I'm going to go ahead and complete a couple more rounds. That way I can grab a couple more Paragons to make sure that we get the degree 100. All right, so here we are on round 384. I grabbed another Paragon totem. So let's go ahead and rebuy all of our boomerang monkeys. And this time I'm going to fill up every empty space in this entire map to hopefully get that little bit of extra cash to get that Paragon degree 100. All right, moment of truth. We rebought all of our boomerang monkeys. We have an extra Paragon totem down, so there's no reason why our Glaive dominus shouldn't be degree 100 this time. So cross our fingers and, there we go, Paragon degree 100. Let's go, dudes. All right, so now we have all of our towers of Paragon degree 100, so we're gonna have to ride the struggle bus here because we had to grab those extra Paragon totems. We're not gonna get back until round 424. At the end of round 424, we should have enough Paragon totems in order to get the Apex Plasma Master. All right, dudes, I'm over it. I am so over it. And I know you guys are probably asking, what is this guy talking about? My Geraldo is no longer adding Paragon totems to the shop. I am not kidding you right now. I have tried to sell. I've tried to rebuy my Geraldo. I even went and played another, who knows how many rounds? Well, I guess it's been about 6 or 7 or something like that. And no matter what I do, he just won't give me any more totems. I am so done with this. Like, my Geraldo glitched out. Like, watch, I can go ahead and sell him. I can rebuy him. I can invest all this money right back into him. And I know what you guys are saying. Oh, it's just the first round. There's no way that he would produce totems first rounds. This is what I've done every round since round, what, 383 or 384? I don't even remember. It's been like another hour since the last time I saw you guys. Oh my goodness, dudes. All right, I'm over it. But I do have an idea. Give me 1 second. I just need to change my account. All right, so we're just casually back here on round 390. All right, dudes, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab all of the totems we need to grab our Apex Plasma Master, and I'll bring you guys back as soon as I have them. All right, wow, magic, round 390, and we have all 45 of our Paragon totems. Whoa, it's so magical. Oh, guys, I switched over to my modded client, and then I installed the Paragon totem mod. The only problem with this mod is that you can't, like, stack the Paragon totems on top of each other, so it's, like, really noticeable. All right, so now that we have our totems, let me go ahead and sell a couple of our temples. That way we can go ahead and place down our dart monkeys. That way we can at least get the Paragon degree 100 Apex Plasma Master. Even if my Jerry refuses, flat out refuses to give me any more totems, again, I have no idea what the glitch is, but it's super infuriating. All right, dudes, so here we are. I ended up grabbing a couple of ice monkeys to place down more dart monkeys. So let's go ahead and come over here to our dart monkey and grab the Apex Plasma Master. Please let it be Apex level 100. That way I don't have to continue doing this. There we go. All right, so we have Paragon degree 100 on our Apex Plasma Master. That works for me. I'm done with this. I'm never gonna do this again unless I do like a modded client and I have some sort of like fast forward button. because this is like way more time invested into this than I initially thought it was gonna be. Like the first run was fine because I didn't have all of these temples, but the second run was an absolute pain in the tuchus. So I'll probably end up doing this again in the future when the next Paragon drops, but for now, I am completely done with this. I am never doing it again. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys hit that like button, and I'll definitely see you in the next one.